Hey, welcome to the official Windows 8 channel, and today we will talk about your screen brightness. In most computer monitors and most computers, you have a way to actually increase or decrease the screen brightness. And since most people actually buy laptops, screen brightness is often part of Windows itself. So if you're wondering how to change your screen brightness, first things first, if you've got a computer monitor because you got a desktop, first place to go is go onto your screen itself. And most screens have little buttons either on the bottom, on the underside, on the back side, or on the right side of the screen. Just look around and you'll have menus. Some computer monitors actually don't have buttons, they're touch buttons, what we call. It's just that you got these little icons and you just have to press your finger across that icon and it's a touch, so it's not a button in itself. So look for that, and in your computer monitor, well, you'll have a brightness setting. But on a laptop, for example, now you can actually have two ways of dealing with brightness. You will have keyboard shortcuts for brightness. Often it's depicted with a little icon that looks like a little sun. And you'll have usually two of these icons, one with an increasing sun and one with the decreasing little sun. And that will change the brightness of your screen just by pressing these buttons. So that's the easy way. If you can find these buttons on your keyboard, start by using those buttons because they're easy, and if easy access if you want to change the brightness. Because working at the daytime in sunlight or in a very bright environment, you want to increase your brightness very often. But sometimes you're in the dark, maybe you're late at night and you have just the computer turned on. Well, having too much brightness can be annoying and can be really too bright. So check for those buttons. On my Toshiba, they're at the top on the F keys, but I've seen them, for example, on the lower right into the little arrow keys, and very often they're in combination. So look for a button on your keyboard that is function. Most of the time function is abbreviated FN, so look for a key called FN, hold that key, and then look for a key or two that have a little sunshine on them. So it's important to take a good look at your keyboard to learn more about these little shortcuts. But if you haven't found that little sun or that little button that you have to press, don't despair. There's another way to do it. You can do it inside your Windows 8 operating system. All you have to do is click on the upper or lower right corners to get a charms bar, or of course if you have a touch screen, just swipe from the right to the left. Go into settings, and there you'll see brightness, and you'll see that little sun icon that I'm talking about. And there you can click on it and you can change that setting to put a brightness that that suits more of your needs. So if you're in the darkness, you'll want to probably lower the brightness, and in daylight sometimes you want to have more. So just keep in mind that this is a great way of actually going into the settings right there in Windows for the brightness. One key feature of some computers is the auto brightness. So look at your computer manual. Some computers like this Toshiba does actually have that setting, which is automatic brightness. And what it does is it uses the camera of your laptop to detect the amount of light that is in the room that you are. So the more light, the more it will increase the brightness. And if it's dark, it's actually going to decrease the brightness. And people that use, for example, an iPad or a iPhone, And some Android devices also already have these features enabled, that the brightness will adjust depending on the amount of light around you. So it's a cool feature to enable. I personally prefer to have the manual settings, because sometimes in a dark environment, for example, it might be too dark of a screen. Sometimes the settings aren't right, you know. So I prefer having a manual control. So there, right there in your charms bar, into the settings, you'll have the brightness that you can actually click on and change depending on what you're doing at your computer. So if you enjoy these videos, click the subscribe button and you'll be informed when new videos are online. If you have any comments, questions on what you've seen, let us know. And maybe a request of a feature you'd like to see reviewed, let us know also. Try to put that video online for you. And hey, hope you come back to the official Windows 8 channel. Great place to be to learn more about your computer, and especially Windows 8, and learn more on how to use it. So thanks for watching. Hope you come back to the official Windows 8 channel. Bye bye.